friend Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review. I know this one's a little bit late in the week, and I wasn't actually going to do one on this album, and I'll explain why I changed my mind here in just a minute, but it's from Candlebox, and it's their final album that they're saying that they're ever going to do, called The Long Goodbye. I actually had gotten the streaming version of this one here back on Friday and listened to it. I thought it was a pretty decent album, but super short. It was like 31 minutes or something like that. And, I liked it. I enjoyed it. And the reason I, got it, because I haven't been really following Candlebox too much. I listened to them way back when they first came out. The band I was in at that point did the song Left Behind. Thought that was an amazing song. They actually had another hit off of that one called You. I say hit in quotes, but that album did really well. And then they came out with Lucy after that, and I didn't care for that album as much at all compared to the first one. And I actually just kind of stopped following the band. Actually, I'd heard stuff here and there, but I didn't go on like I normally do with bands, collecting their stuff. So anyway, the beginning of this year, I'd heard they had done an acoustic album I think it was called Live in Seattle. I've actually got it, and I can't remember the name of it now, but I think it's called Live in Seattle, and that's when they had the whole original band back together, and they did a show, and that's actually really good. I really enjoyed listening to that album. I liked it a lot, so I heard this was coming out, touted as the last album they're going to do, and for whatever reason, I was assuming it was going to be the original band doing it again, and after I got the CD now, I'm realizing there's the only person on it's Kevin Martin, the vocalist. Nobody else is original anymore, so I have no idea what happened there, or I got misinformation or whatever. Sometimes that happens, but whatever, it's not the original. And the reason I'm doing this so late, like I said I would explain, is because on the CD release, I had found out later on that there's a couple hidden songs in it. That's also on the album, the LP, the vinyl. There's a couple extra songs. The track listing is all different on the vinyl too, but on the CD, they're not promoting it as having these extra songs, but they're on there. They don't have it. They're not listed or anything on there, but they're on there. At the end of it, there's 2 extra songs. So I'm like, actually, after that, hearing it that way, I really like this album. Kevin Martin to me does not sound anything like he does on the first couple albums. His voice has changed over the years. That happens, but he doesn't sound like he sings at all like he did on that first album. His voice had this cool, really unique, almost growly type sound, and he went for the bigger notes. The thing that I also noticed with his voice is he had no real strong sense of melody on the first album. He was just kind of all over the place. There was like no real strong melody with each song. I mean, here and there was hooks, but overall, he just kind of like freely sang. On this one, there's like very strong sense of melody with each song, so I enjoyed that. The album kicks in with a rock or punks, which to me doesn't sound anything like they did on the first album. Of course, like I said, I didn't follow anything in between, so maybe this is what they changed, but it sounds like their musical style has just completely changed from what they originally came out as, and probably has a lot to do with, the entire band is different. So, a couple of the other highlights on here that I really liked, Nails on a Chalkboard, I thought was killer. Actually, the first few songs were kind of like, to me. I mean, I Should Be Happy was okay. All really short songs. I mean, obviously it was only 10 songs, just over 30 minutes, not super long songs. The first few were kind of like leaving me a little bit like, whatever. And then like halfway through it kicked in. Nails on a Chalkboard is killer. I think Ugly was really good. The way that one built up was really, really good. And Maze, that one I actually wanted to listen to a couple times because that one really it's a ballady type song, lyrically really good. And Cell Phone Jesus also has like the great lyrics. I'm a lyric guy, so that one really, really, really stood out to me as well. Kind of like, I don't know, the message is there, but to me it seemed like, don't worship your cell phone. So that's what I got out of it. Maybe I'm wrong. And then the song Foxy was probably like the catchiest, poppiest song on the whole album. It just clocks in over 3 minutes. That one was really cool and catchy. And then the regular listing here ends with Hourglass, which is a cool way to end the album. Nice little mid-tempo rocker, I guess. But then on the bonus stuff, you get a cool little piano ballad after that called Running with the Stars, which I think Kevin sang great on. I think that was a really cool song. And then the last one, the hidden song here, what was it called? Who You Are. It starts slow and then builds up to a great rocking end. And with those extra songs on there, I think this made it a really good album. Even the first few songs I wasn't really into, went back and listened again, and they kind of like resonated a little bit more with me this time. So overall, I started out with like this album as being kind of and after getting this extra information and listening to it again, I was like, all right, this is a cool album. I can get into this. So kind of the reason I'm doing this is because maybe somebody else may have passed this one over like I kind of did, hearing it short. Those extra two songs are actually really good. I don't know why they didn't put them on the regular release listed that way, because they're actually a couple of the better songs. In fact, if they were going to do anything, we've a couple of the first, like Who Do You Need or Elegant, maybe they could have, those ones still are kind of like but they sounded better the second time around. Maybe the third or fourth time around they'll even sound better. But anyway, this is just my opinions on it. As always, we're all have different ways of looking at stuff. So, tell me what you guys think of this. What you think of Candlebox. Is it really Candlebox anymore at this point? I don't know. But tell me what you guys think. And as always, please share, like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And until next time, we'll see you.